in to another episode of Ebony Ladies in the DR. I'm your host, Bridget. Remember, right here on YouTube, every Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Today, we have a very special guest, another Ebony Lady in the house, Miss Tina Renee. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so we are in Jarabacoa. At first, I want people to get to know a little bit about you. So if you could tell us how long you've been in the Dominican Republic and where are you from? I don't know that.
Okay, I moved to the Dominican Republic in July of 2014.
Oh, wow.
And I came here from Atlanta, Georgia, which is where I had been living 13 years before coming here.
Okay.
But I'm not from there either. My parents were in the military, so whenever anybody asks me, where are you from? Oh, my mask is flying away.
Okay.
Whenever anybody asks, where are you from, I don't know how to answer that. So I'm from all over USA, but I spent my adult life before moving here in Atlanta, Georgia, and I went to college out there and everything.
And the question everybody wants to know, why the Dominican Republic?
Yes, I actually came here in 2013 on a vacation to a town called Samaná.
Okay.
And just like everyone else who decides to move here, I fell in love with the country. I fell in love with Samaná, really. It was a very laid-back town. It had some tourism, but not a lot. So you really could get swept away with the local dynamics of that town.
That's true.
And I talked about the Dominican Republic for a year after vacationing to anybody who would listen. My friends probably were getting sick of hearing about it.
I know it. That's
right. I was a teacher in the Atlanta public school system, and my final year of teaching out there was really, really rough.
Oh. Okay.
And so I decided that I needed to make a drastic change. I had a coworker who had already taught abroad in different countries before, not the Dominican Republic, but other countries, who suggested that I look into that, because I needed something new. Right. And I thought, well, if I'm going to go abroad, I want to go to a place where I really want to live. I did look into some other places just in case, but really I wanted to be in the Dominican Republic. I had no idea if there were even international schools or even how that worked. I had really no resources for the Dominican Republic. So I just went to the internet and I searched international and American schools. Okay. And I sent my resume cold. If I found the email for the school, I just sent my resume cold, like, I'm a teacher and I'm looking for a job.
All right.
And if I didn't have the email, then I used expensive international minutes to call and get an email so that I could send my resume. And that's how I ended up getting my first job. And once I had the job, I came out here, but not to Samaná, which was, my dream place. I ended up in Punta Cana.
Okay. And you said that like it's a bad thing. Girl, we love Punta Cana.
It's not the same as Samaná. Samaná is much more lovely. And you know what? Punta Cana is great for some people.
Right.
But it was not for me. I spent 4 years there, but it wasn't for me in the end.
Really? I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. Wow. And so you came here to work. So you worked at an international school in Punta Cana?
Exactly.
I did not. I never knew that. Yep. See how we have to all get to know each other. Yeah. Okay. And so then Samaná. So why aren't you in Samaná? Because we're in Jarabacoa.
Right. So why am I not in Samaná? So I had the opportunity to visit a lot of different towns around the Dominican Republic while I was in Punta Cana, and Jarabacoa was one of those towns that I visited. Okay. Such a charming town. It is. And what I really loved about it is that it has tourism, but the tourism is very understated.
Yes.
And honestly, after living by the beach, I thought, actually, I'm not really a beach girl.
See, I'm the opposite. I'm a beach girl. And then as soon as I got here, I already been in the water, in the river. So I'm just a water. It doesn't matter. Yeah. I could easily live here as well.
Yeah. I love the water.
Yeah.
I love the water too, but I was over the sand. I was like, and so since I knew what it was like to live in a beach town, I wanted to have a different experience. Also, I had to think about other things like the internet, for example. Okay. And I had to decide which town is going to have more stable internet, more stable electricity.
Okay. And so Jarabacoa is more stable than Samaná?
Well, I thought, but the electricity goes out all the time.
Okay.
And I'm saying that because I transitioned to teaching online. So that's what I do now. Wow. And so I had to consider work and where I would be able to get the strongest internet and things like that. And Jarabacoa was a little bit more developed than Samaná,
Mm-hmm.
but still with that local, really Dominican vibe that I was looking for.
Good.
So I came here.
And you love it, or is this permanent, or what are you doing next?
You know, nothing's permanent yet, but I love it. I really do. Just the other day, I was driving around by myself, and I just thought, it's so beautiful here. And I do that a lot, and I never really did that in Punta Cana. I never just rode around and thought, wow, this is so beautiful. But I do here all the time.
Okay, yeah. So, and I do in Punta Cana. Mm-hmm. I do it all the time, like seeing all the beach towns and all the areas. So yeah, that's it. So the Dominican Republic has something for everybody.
For everybody.
That's the thing. It has something for everybody.
It's true.
So now, as a Black woman and everything that's going on in the U.S., how do you feel being here?
Yeah, that's a really good question. You know, I definitely see things with a different pair of eyes now that I'm not in the States, and I always tell everybody that listens that I really wouldn't go back unless I absolutely had to.
Me either.
Yeah.
I really would.
I feel safe here. I used to be alarmed when I first moved here because the police and security do walk around with very large rifles. And I was not used to that, and I thought, this is really weird. Mm-hmm. But I guess I've become desensitized to that. Yep. Just seeing that, because now I don't see it so much, even though they're still doing that. But I never feel like at any moment something can pop off and I'm going to get shot.
That's true.
You know, I don't worry about really getting roughed up by the police, even though I've had run-ins with the police here, actually. Okay. So we can talk about that if you want. Yeah.
Okay.
But I haven't been roughed up by the police. I don't really feel afraid of the police or that they're going to, you know, flex their authority because I'm Black. They might flex their authority, but I don't think it's because of my skin color. Yeah, or maybe because I'm American, but not because I'm
American. I think it's American first before Black.
That's what I do. It is.
Yeah.
It is that.
Yeah, definitely. Tell us about your run-in with the police. Okay. You've been here longer, so you have so many more experiences than some of the other expats that I interviewed. You know, we're all in Punta Cana, and everybody's like a year. I think Shanna was 3 years, and so everybody else was like, you know, new. So we haven't had any of these experiences.
Yeah. Well, when I've always had local friends.
Okay.
And so I think that was part of the reason why police might question me, because they would assume that I was with a group and also Dominican.
Okay.
And so the police actually bother other Dominicans more than they really bother tourists. That's what I've learned.
That's what I see too.
Yeah. So actually, we were out on the town in Bávaro.
Okay.
And just walking, and literally like 5 or 6 tourist police ambushed us, and my friends were yelling out, but she's American, and they didn't believe them.
Oh.
They didn't believe them. Luckily, I happened to have my passport because I don't carry it everywhere.
Yeah, right. I stopped doing that.
Yeah, but luckily that day I had my passport, so I was able to show it, and immediately they were apologetic. And it was like they just disappeared from around us.
It's so random here, because now they have, since the coronavirus, since we back in the Dominican Republic, they all have these random road stops. And they just pull you over, and they ask a couple of questions, and then send you on your way. I'm like, what are you looking for? You know, what's the question? What's going on? And they never say. So I think it's just I don't know, I'm going to call it a Dominican thing, because you never really get any real answers.
Yeah, I think that day they were maybe just looking for somebody to pick on, honestly. And in Bávaro, in certain sectors of Bávaro, there are a lot of, you know, underground, underbelly kind of dark things going on, which you won't even be exposed to that if you're around the right people.
Right.
But once you live there, you start to see some, just like in any city, there's a good and there's a bad. Exactly.
That's
so I wasn't necessarily in a bad place, but I was near an area where there are sometimes some shady people.
Right.
You know,
some shady
not anything to make me feel dangerous, like I shouldn't be there. Nothing like that.
Yeah.
But just an area where the cops are looking out to see if there's something they can find, just in case. You know, that kind of thing. And so I think they were just on the lookout purposefully. But I have had other security kind of mistreat me, thinking that I was Dominican. Oh, the other thing is that I drove a pasola. So I looked like, not to sound bad or anything, but I looked like a poor Dominican.
What's a pasola?
It's a scooter.
Oh, okay.
So that is a popular mode of transportation.
Right.
For most Dominicans.
Everybody knows to say moto.
But yeah.
That's all over here.
Oh, yeah. Pasola.
Okay.
Scooter.
Oh, good.
But not a lot of foreign women by themselves
are
riding around in a pasola.
Yep. They immediately get a car.
They buy a car or they have someone driving them on the moto.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
That's true. Very true.
So I've had, police think that I was, and I think they just looked at the exterior and thought, oh, she's Dominican. And then when I started talking, they were like oops,
Now, how's your Spanish?
I think it's pretty good, but when I hear myself send someone a message on WhatsApp, a voice message, I'm like, well, that sounds terrible.
Now, how long did you know Spanish before you moved here?
You know what? I studied Spanish in high school for, I think, 3 or 4 years, so I had a foundation of Spanish, but it's so different from Dominican Spanish.
That's what I said.
I used a whole lot of Google Translate to have a conversation when I first got here.
Yeah, and then you're comfortable. Yeah, because you've been here a while. So
and I was in a relationship, and my partner didn't speak any English, so that forced me to also learn a lot. Like if I wanted to argue, I really needed to make sure I knew some things. Yeah, so probably about a year or so in, I realized that I could understand a lot. And then, within the next year, I realized that I could communicate what I wanted to say without looking at my Google Translate.
Good. I think I'm at that point now. I can communicate what I want to say without my Google Translate. But then I'm immediately like, despacio, poco español. Slow it down, and then I can have this conversation.
Right.
So that's the thing. Good. So now, as a single black woman in the Dominican Republic, everybody want to know, what's the dating like?
Okay, so when I first got here, I got into a relationship very quickly, and I was actually with that person for 5 years.
Wow.
So I didn't know what the dating scene was really like until now.
Okay. So did you meet him here? He was Dominican man.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, so did you ever at any point feel like he was a gold digger? Because that's what everybody thinks. You did?
Yep.
And did he turn out to be a gold digger?
Kind of, along with some other problems.
But 5 years?
Yeah, 5 rough years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So tell us what the dating scene is like now.
Yeah. So now it's pretty fun. I still run into gold diggers, but I have a great gold digger detector, and they run away pretty quickly once they realize I've been here for 6 years. They're like, that's too much work. Yeah. Right. Okay. And so they keep it moving. But now that I'm in a different town, I do meet a different kind of guy. Okay. So they're more country. They're more like manly men. Ooh, they don't have a lot of experience with tourists, really. And
don't you think that's good?
It is good.
Because the city guys be trying to run game.
Yeah. But the other thing, in this town, all of the guys are young.
Oh,
so
okay.
All the guys I've dated here so far, not a lot, like 2, have been 10 years younger than me.
Really?
Yeah.
But you look young, so
it's been fun.
Yeah, I bet, right?
Yeah.
So, so y'all heard it. And then, so give them 2 things to look for the gold diggers.
Definitely someone who doesn't have a job or claims to be in between jobs.
Yeah,
I mean, that's even anywhere. In the States, yeah.
That's everywhere.
And then this is probably really popular, but somebody who's love bombing you. You know, the person that has a lot of time for you, so they are sending you messages 24/7 because they have nothing else to do but to convince you that they are madly in love with you. They're quick to tell you that they love you and things like that. They might even bring you around their family quickly, which is kind of tricky because Dominicans do that anyway, even when it's not another motive. So, but you really have to be careful about that. Look at the family dynamics because it could be just trying to soften you up.
Oh, y'all heard it. Okay. Now, and so, my next question. Jarabacoa, I love it here. And I really can see how you love it here. So now, are you, if you don't mind me asking, are you buying or renting?
I'm renting.
Okay. So do you ever plan to buy, or is that... you're just comfortable. You're just like...
I'm comfortable right now, but I would like to buy because I have moved around quite a bit because I'm a renter.
Right. So you think that's going to make you plant your feet and
I'm feeling like I'm ready to be a little bit more stable when it comes to a home.
Okay, good.
But I'm still not sure if Jarabacoa is the last stop. I love it here.
Okay.
It's very family oriented, and I don't have a family, so that's kind of the thing for me.
Right. So you said, now, if it's not the last stop, are you looking outside of the Dominican Republic, or you mean just another city?
Town within the Dominican Republic? I think if I left, really I would miss it so much.
I agree.
Yeah.
I really like it here. And so now I'm an animal lover. I know you have dogs. Now, do you find it very, very crazy and strange that they are scared of our domesticated dogs, but not the dogs on the street? They will cross over the street. Yep. And be like grabbing themselves and their family members when they see Bella, mild-mannered, on a leash, is not even looking at them. Yep. But they are in fear. But then there goes 3 stray dogs, and nobody's scared of them. Right, I know. And I'm scared of all the stray dogs. You are? Yes. See, now I'm not anymore. I am. Because they actually come after, like, my dogs. Really? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And see, so I know how to be like, no. No, and then they run off. They're not used to that tone. So, but we've never had any dog like come at her aggressively or anything in Punta Cana, and we're all over the place. Never had. That's something. Yeah. Well, the thing about Jarabacoa is that the dogs look like they're stray dogs, but they actually belong to somebody. I know, because they have on collars and look like they've got a haircut. Yep, they belong to somebody, and so they're very territorial here. But I have 2 huskies, so people react to my huskies. They do. Either people love them, or they don't, or they're scared of them. Right. So because huskies are kind of temperamental. No, they're so sweet. Her best friend was a husky at home, Bella's, and she was like, just kind of moody. Really? Yeah, we would be at the dog park, and some days she's cool, some days she's like, not wanting no dogs around her. Oh, right. Yeah. So, yeah, I guess with every dog is how they're raised. Yeah. Now, did you come here with 5 dogs? No. Because we came with 1. And I'm like, how the hell did you do that? I know. I have 5 of them, and I did not come here with 5 dogs. Okay. I acquired them here. All of them, or did you come with 1? All of them I got here. Really? Yeah. 3 from Punta Cana, and then 2 since I've been here. Okay. What's your limit? I reached the limit. See, I'm the same way. So do you feel like Jarabacoa is pet friendly? I think they're somewhat pet friendly. Somewhat. I've never really tried to take my dogs anywhere, really. See, like to a restaurant or something. I've never tried. I have too many, so who do I choose? Right, exactly. I understand that. Right, I understand that. Oh, is that my phone? Yeah, no, sure. Okay. I don't even know that ringtone. That's okay. My friend. What's the phone? Yeah. Yeah, you can just edit. No problem. Okay. 18. Yeah. Okay. We're almost done. Okay. We're good. All right. And now I have to ask, because I'm really, even though I call myself a Dominican, a Black Dominican. Yeah, that's funny. And we're still going through the process of being full citizens. We've done residency, but the election. Okay. Are you going to vote, or are you are? I always do. Yep. Oh, thank God. Now, are you doing absentee voting, or are you going to fly home and make sure? No, I'm going to do absentee ballot. Yep. So that's what I've been telling all the expats. Do your absentee ballot, mail them in really, really early, as early as you can to do it. So, exactly. Because as an expat, do you feel worried if we end up with the same president that we could actually be stuck here? You know what I mean? I do feel can happen where. Yeah, I do feel worried because international relationships are declining. So, I mean, that does concern me. And then also, I teach online, and I teach to students in China. Oh. So that's, for me, there are a lot of things at stake. I want to be able to come and go freely internationally, as I did before, right? Without anyone telling me that I can't come in to some country because I'm American. And I also don't want my job to be affected because if Trump is reelected, that relationship with China, they're not going to be allowing those kids to log in online and take those classes. We don't know. We don't know that. I mean, we don't know that, but we hope that's the case. Yeah. I mean, we hope that people that are in charge realize that the citizens of a country are
actually not represented by their president.
Right.
Because,
exactly.
Right. We're not all represented by him. Some people
not.
chose him to be in office. I was not one of those people.
Right.
And, a lot of people didn't. So,
yeah. So we just hope that this time around people will see, you got to do what's best for the country,
Yeah.
And that wouldn't be the best thing for the country. So now what do you think about, are you following Dominican politics? We got a new president and a female vice president.
I actually don't follow Dominican politics much.
No,
because I just feel like there's so much drama already with my own country.
Right.
And I don't really want to be stressed out here. So I just pay attention to the things that will affect me directly.
Got it.
Honestly.
Okay, I understand. I like politics. I'm tired of U.S. politics because I'm trying to really live here full time and not worry about what's going on there. I'm definitely going to vote. But I was really happy because there is such a good energy coming from this president, that all the Dominican citizens seem to be really happy with the president and vice president. They said, he's totally different from the past president and that and he's already made so many changes. He's fired so many corrupt police officers that had, I guess, all of these violations already on their record.
Yeah.
So I feel good about it. I feel hopeful that
for the country.
For the country. I really do. Okay, so you have to give one piece of advice to people that are thinking about moving wherever as an expat. If they're thinking about moving abroad, what's the one piece of advice you would give?
The one piece of advice I would give is to leave your American expectations in America.
Say it again.
Yeah, that's it. I think if you decide that you would like to experience living in a different country, you have to realize that it is a different country.
It's a different country. You can't be on social media whining about you can't find your favorite toilet paper. You can't, you know what I mean? It's just some of the things that I read it's really you have to be really ready in the mindset to experience life a different way.
Exactly.
Great advice. Great advice. I'm so happy to meet another Black woman that has been here this long. Because I
can't believe it.
We bought our house for that reason because I wanted to be stable. I didn't want one little thing to happen and be like, oh, we're renting anyway. It's time to go back to the States. This ain't working. This, you know what I mean? I feel like I know I was that type of person. Me and my husband, we're that type of couple that we had to say.
Sorry.
That's okay. We had to say that we are going to commit to this life.
Yeah.
Because we really want it. And I'm glad we did. I'm happy.
Good.
And you seem really happy.
I am happy here.
I can tell.
I'm happy here.
I can tell. Okay, everybody. And then I'm going to say this. On social media, I saw the post about how we have all got to get together. I'm planning a huge Black expat party for right after New Year's because I don't want to interfere with anybody's New Year's plans or their family or anything. So I'm going to announce it here. It's going to be that first weekend after the New Year. It is going to be in Punta Cana.
Yeah.
Okay, since so it's going to be in Punta Cana. And all the details are coming. I hope you'll be able to be there.
I think that would be a lot of fun. Yeah.
It will.
Yeah. Well, we need something like that.
I appreciate your time.
Thank
your beautiful city. I hope we'll, be able to get to hang out a little bit more.
Yeah,
thank you. This drive was so easy. People have been messaging me. Somebody asked me were there paved roads. No, it was a beautiful highway the whole way. Is that a new highway? Let me ask. Highway 7?
No. Highway.
Because we came 7. And it
looked
like they were just installing the tolls on it.
I only have traveled from Punta Cana to Santo Domingo up. Like as if you're going towards Santiago, and then there's a turnoff to come up the mountain to Jarabacoa. Is this the same route that you took?
I think so, but no, we did. We took a new highway that went around. Yep.
Oh,
so we turned
I don't know it.
Just before we got to Santo Domingo.
That's kind of nice because it's a little stressful traveling through the city.
It's beautiful. It's called Highway 7.
Okay.
And I think there was one toll on it, and the other toll isn't even open yet. They were actually still building it.
Okay, yeah, I haven't seen that one. That's beautiful. Nice.
Yeah, and it took us. We got to La Vega in probably 3 hours and 20 minutes. And
that's fast.
Hung out, right? Really. And we hung out in La Vega for a couple of hours before we came on up to Jarabacoa.
That's
so it
very
was really
fast.
Cheap. I mean, really, it was a really fast drive.
Okay, yeah.
So next time now you can shoot on down.
Yeah, that's good to know, actually.
Yeah,
that's really good to know.
Okay, I ain't gonna keep you much longer because I can talk and talk and talk.
Me too.
That's how it goes.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So everybody, don't forget Ebony Ladies in the DR.
Like,
my dog's
interview's over.
Sorry, that's how it goes sometimes. But we are here every Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share. My dog Bella, y'all, this is Life in the Dominican. We love it, and we will hope to see you soon. Bye.